Games as a service is a model that, for better and worse, the vast majority of multiplayer games have adapted to. And with that has come the expectation of constant updates, seasonal battle passes, and often occurring limited time events. As a consequence, I feel that over the years, our experience have been tainted by the dopamine rush and fueled by FOMO and non-stop unlocks. Instead of the dopamine rush that you used to get by just playing the game and having fun, letting the experience of the game create that dopamine naturally. Welcome to Primal Gaming, where we don't reduce games to content and products, but rather we discuss them as a form of art. We discuss them as experienced art. And today, I want to share with you how prioritizing the point of the experience over experience points could lead you to having more fun with modern multiplayer games. And even more so, avoiding burnout of your favorite hobby. Now, as I've stated a few times already, I am much more of a single-player FPS connoisseur. I love myself a single-player campaign. But that doesn't mean I am not, totally obsessed with a good multiplayer experience. Because trust me, ever since I played the Halo Combat Evolved demo on PC in 2003, and I was able to play Blood Gulch, hello, you knew that had me hooked. The rest of my life. I mean, that was a crazy experience. And I felt that in the last 5 to 8 years, my enjoyment of multiplayer experiences, both co-op and PvP, have really died down. I've really gotten a bit tired of it, and I think the main component of this is the live service fatigue. That's right, yeah. Believe it or not, when all of these games are constantly trying to force content down your throat and demanding your attention and demanding that you put hours into a game or you're going to miss out, probably really negative effects on your psyche. And yeah, it really got to me for a long time. I mean, chasing battle passes, limited time modes, limited time events, doing weekly challenges for games, even though I really wasn't interested in playing those games at the time, like I said, really burned me out, and I can see that burns out a lot of people around me. I think peak examples of this are specifically Apex Legends, Halo Infinite, Destiny 2, Fortnite, I mean, Call of Duty. I mean, really, pretty much any game anymore that has some kind of multiplayer component or co-op component really tries to get you, just really get their hands on you and require you to play it week to week to week to week. And really the problem is with that is at the end of the day, I just wasn't having fun anymore. And it wasn't until just quite recently that I realized, as much as I enjoy playing co-op games and playing PvP games with my family and my friends and, meeting up with the boys, I just haven't been having fun with it. So, recently, I mean, I've kind of taken a break from multiplayer to trying to find the fun in gaming again. And a lot of that has been found in more single-player experiences. Like I said, I've loved those since day one. But of course, there's always the factor that, my friends and family, they want to play with me, I want to play with them, and obviously you can't get that experience with a single-player game. So, I really had to step back and try to rediscover what I love of PvP and co-op games of old. Back in the days of Halo 3, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Titanfall. These games that back in the day, I just grasped my attention, and it wasn't for the sake of content, it was for the sake of, I really wanted to play these games. Games like Destiny, And it was, I think the thing about those games back then is that they didn't demand your attention so much as they invited you to play the games. There was a reason to go back, a genuine reason. And they didn't necessarily jam content down your throat all the time, but it was really about the core experience. It was about the immersion of those games that really took hold of me. And when I realized that, I realized that the battle passes of the day, these limited time modes, all of these things, don't matter if the core game isn't fun. And now I recognize a lot of these games that I am playing, the core gameplay is fun, but when you're focusing, you're playing for the sake of unlocking stuff, you're missing the entire point of the game. You're literally missing the point. And that's what I mean when I say that you need to prioritize the point of the experience over experience points. That's literally what I mean. It's time to stop playing games to unlock things, but get back to the core of why you gamed in the first place. That's what I've been focusing on recently, and I'm gonna share how I've done that, because Battlefield 6 is a fantastic example, and that's the one I'm gonna use today for the most part. Because Battlefield 6 is a game that I think at its core is extremely fun. It's incredibly immersive, and I think for a while, I mean, especially at launch, I was genuinely having a fucking ball with this game. But as time went on, like I said, I was focusing on the battle pass, on the weekly challenges, on these limited time events, and it stopped being fun. So, what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks, especially since Season 2 has released, is I've actually stopped giving any attention to challenges. I launched the game, I don't even check the challenge page. I haven't bought the battle pass. I haven't even looked into what limited time events are going on. You know what I do when I jump on Battlefield 6 with my dad or my brothers or my buddies, is I just join the game. And the first thing I do when I jump in a match is I select whatever class I want. Do I want to focus this round on blowing the fuck out of tanks, blowing up helicopters? I'm going to be an engineer. If I want to be a support and work with my team, I'm going to be a medic. And if I really just want to push the enemy, be super aggressive, I'm going assault. And in no world am I ever gonna go for recon, because that's just not my style. And that's the thing, is a lot of those challenges, like, they would force you to play a certain class, and some weeks it would be like all recon. And so for the whole night, I would play as recon and just hate my life because I didn't want to play recon. I didn't want to play that kind of experience. And I know you didn't have to be locked with like a sniper rifle if you didn't want to, but that was besides the point. The abilities just, they didn't jive with me. So when I play the game, I focus entirely on whatever I'm feeling. Does not matter what the challenges are, does not matter what the limited time event is. I will go into the menu and select the maps and the game types that I want to play on, and nothing that I don't. That included is there's this idea going around that really Call of Duty jumped on, was grinding out weapons to unlock camos, camo skins, stuff like that. Rank up the weapons into like red tier to max them out and totally do it, and then go to the next gun and go to the next gun. That is not something that interests me at all. Honestly, I've been using the exact same assault rifle for like the last 3 months. And I think I have that on every class just because I really enjoy how it feels. And that's just how I like to play it, dude. I just play it the way I like to do it. Another thing that I would recommend, and one thing I do, is I don't even look at the scoreboard or the KD. I don't even care if we're winning so much. As long as I'm going for the objective and I'm playing the way I want to play, that is all that matters. And that's all that really should matter in a game of like Battlefield 6, where it's not really all that competitive. It's really quite the casual experience. Another thing that I've been doing to really just maximize my enjoyment in these PvP games, especially Battlefield 6, is I prioritize playing with friends and family only. Like, I no longer jump into Battlefield 6 anymore by myself. I used to do that because I'm like, oh, dude, I gotta grind out these challenges. I might as well do that now, so when the boys jump on later, I can just play the way I want. No, dude, I don't even launch this game when I'm by myself anymore. It is fully an experience meant to be had with my buddies. On top of that, I think one of the more important things, too, is I am focusing on totally immersing myself in the world and in the game. I mean, that's one of the things I think Battlefield 6 does best, is the actual in-game immersion. Just the way everything looks, feels, the sound design, it really gets to you. When you go down and it's like a war zone going on around you. It's really important to take the time and just really immerse yourself in there. Really feel the action, feel the tensity. It's great. It's great, and it's been genuinely such a breath of fresh air. Experiencing that again, really focusing on blowing things up, noticing the destruction, appreciating the graphics, appreciating the environment art. It's a gorgeous looking game, and I feel like when I'm focusing on challenges and stuff, I'm just not appreciating the game as it is. And of course, this goes for other games as well. I mean, Marathon is an incredible example, and Marathon is actually one of those games that really puts the lore and puts the experience on the forefront instead of the back end like a lot of games do. And that's one of the reasons I've absolutely been loving Marathon so far, is because of that. It's such a major component. And that's why I've been playing that one so much. And I kind of break my rule where I actually play that one by myself, because that actually is an experience that has been designed for solo play. Unlike Battlefield, which is very much a co-op shooter, is very, very much a game that you gotta play with your buddies. Helldivers 2 as well. I mean, that was a game I tried to play by myself a few times. It just doesn't work that way, man. You can't enjoy that. At least I can't enjoy that game unless I'm playing with friends. And that's another game where I think it's really, really good to allow yourself to get immersed in that story and in that world. And when you really let that take you away, I mean, it's epic. It's absolutely cinema. It's fantastic. So really, I want to take it back here. I want to get to the takeaway of this that I would recommend to you if you're having a hard time with live service games and multiplayer games in general recently. Point number one, honestly, just avoid playing multiplayer games unless you're A, absolutely craving the experience, or B, you have the opportunity to play with friends or family. Because I feel like that's where those games really take off. I struggle to get into games that are like multiplayer and I play by myself. It's one of those experiences where I just genuinely feel like you're gonna get more out of it if you're playing with somebody that you enjoy playing with. A second point is stop being so obsessed about the battle pass, about the limited time events, about these skins. They are not the core of the game. You could literally just play these games with zero attention to the battle pass at all, with just the base skins, and have a total riot with these games. And that's something I've really realized lately, is these skins, they don't matter. They don't matter at all. None of this matters. I mean, the limited time modes might be cool to play and experience, but other than that, I mean, you're really just wasting your time and your energy and your stress about these things that don't matter. Focus on the core of the game. Focus on the immersion. How does this game make you feel? You know? And and this whole concept is one of the things that actually inspired me to make Primal Gaming as a YouTube channel, is because when I realized these things that I was going through, that I wasn't having fun with these online games, and I see people online just bitching and complaining about, oh, all these games suck. You know, it really clicked with me that it really is the goddamn battle passes. It really is this goddamn live service model. Now, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to get these maps for free, as it keeps the community base in the same spot, but the way that they have to go through microtransactions and constantly pump out content for you to consume, it makes it so the core game isn't the priority anymore. And I really just wanted to share how I feel like if we just refocused on the core of the game, I think as a community, we would have so much more fun with these games. If today's experience resonated with you, or perhaps even changed the way that you look at modern multiplayer games and how you experience them, I'd love to hear about that down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please smack that like button. And if you want more around gaming discourse that isn't based on negativity and treating games like products, but rather just talking about experiences with gaming as an art, then maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. This has been Primal Gaming, and remember to prioritize the point of the experience over expiration points. Thank you so much for watching.